Hi everyone, Budget Stark here. Thanks again for tuning in. We are going to be checking out some newly unveiled items over at the Hong Kong exhibition at Hysan Place. Now that the film has been out for several weeks and Marvel have lifted the restrictions on what toy companies can show, Hot Toys have unveiled quite a number of new figures and items. One is the Tony Stark Quantum Realm suit, the team suit as some people call it. Here is also the Nano Gauntlets, 1:1 scale and a quarter scale, which I'll show you in a little bit more detail when we look at the prototypes on display at the exhibition. There's a little bit of confusion about what's available. There's actually 4 different versions, and I think this photo is perfect to show the different sizes of that compared to 1:6 scale figures. We're going to start with looking at the rescue suit that Pepper Potts wears. I wish I had better lighting and that the glass wasn't so reflective, because obviously it doesn't capture the image as best as possible, but I'm afraid this is the best that's available at the moment. Here is the Quantum Realm team suit that was shown in the film and trailers. This has been announced in May of 2019 and the release is going to be towards the tail end of 2020. The accessories it comes with are a various number of hands, a light-up helmeted head sculpt, the Tony Stark head sculpt, and the battle damage Mark 50 helmet that we saw in the trailers and at the beginning of the film. And seeing this in person, the detail on this damaged helmet of the Mark 50 is really well done. Now we're going to look at the rescue armor that Pepper Potts wears. It doesn't have the accessories on the back, that sort of starfish backpack design that we saw in the film, which I thought was excellent, in conjunction with the Mark 85. It hasn't been announced, so we don't know if it's plastic or die-cast, and there isn't any official information yet, but I'm sure that will come out shortly. Here is also the Black Widow with not rooted hair, but sculpted hair. Some collectors actually quite like this, because it means that compared to the previous versions of Black Widow, you don't have to mess about with the hair to get a look that is similar to that in the film. Now, a number of collectors have commented on how strong the head sculpt is on this latest version of Black Widow. I think there's been quite a few versions, and this definitely, by far, is the best head sculpt for Scarlett Johansson. So great job to the Hot Toys team at the R&D department and the head sculpts, and JC Hung as well. This actually has been shown before, which is the Captain America. The accessories haven't been announced yet. Those are still under wraps for the time being. Let's check out the Nano Gauntlets. I actually bought one from Toys R Us, the Hasbro version, and the Hasbro version compared to the Hot Toys version is nothing. So I'm going to throw that and give that to my son to play with. And this is absolutely phenomenal. The detailing and the paint app. Remember, this is just a prototype, so nowhere near the final version, and you can see straight away it's very vibrant. Now I'm going to go through the different versions, because this version is the 1:1 scale Hulk version. In the same cabinet is a 1/4 scale Hulk version. So effectively, you've got one set of gauntlets for Hulk, which is the 1:1 scale and the 1/4 scale, and a different version for Iron Man, 1:1 scale and 1/4 scale, and those have different sizes and also different designs. Also, there are differences between the 1:1 scale and the quarter scale in terms of what they can do, because the quarter scale has articulated fingers, as we saw from the announcement on the official information supplied by Hot Toys on their website, and these again, not released for a while. All 4 versions of the Nano Gauntlets do light up and they come with a stand, so if you really want to collect all 4 of them, that is a hardcore collector, I have to say. Now I'm going to pan back now so you can actually see the size of the 1:1 scale Hulk version compared to the 1:1 scale Tony Stark version, and how that looks in comparison to a normal 12-inch 1:6 scale figure. So if I step back a little bit more, you can see the Hulk version is significantly bigger. The 2 versions look quite similar, obviously, the Hulk version and the Tony Stark version, but if you look a little bit closer here, you can see the differences. the design around the wrist area, along with the housing around the Mind Stone, and also the gold and silver around the gems near the top, they are quite different when you look at the Hulk version compared to the Tony Stark version. Also, as you'd expect, the Hulk version just looks chunkier in general. Both of them look great in terms of the vibrant paint app that they've used, and how that is articulated on the quarter scale, I think is going to be a big hit with collectors. That was one of the main issues that some collectors were talking about the Infinity Gauntlet, especially the quarter scale Infinity Gauntlet, because the fingers there weren't articulated, it just lit up, and some collectors felt that Hot Toys could have done a bit more, which on this occasion with the Nano Gauntlet they have done. The fingers are articulated. This exhibition is coming to a close very soon, so I don't think there'll be any more unveilings here. However, there are still a number of figures not announced yet. For example, Thor hasn't been discussed, nor has the larger version of War Machine that we saw in the final fight scene. There's a number of other figures, so I'm sure stay tuned to Hot Toys, Secret Base, Facebook pages and websites for any updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this video showing the latest unveilings. Catch you all at the next video!